On the day before Christmas, the priest of one of the villages went out, as usual, with one of the servants to distribute the holiday gifts to the needy in the village. After they went around the houses they were going to, there remained a small hut at the end of the town. The servant hesitated to go to him, because of the effort they had made and because it was too late to make it to the time for the prayer on the eve of the feast. But the priest encouraged him, and they walked the long way until they reached this hut. They were wondering in their minds, as they walked, who would open the door for us. Or perhaps it was not completely closed, because they know that the lady who lives in this hut is his seat. They reached the hut and found the door closed, so they knocked. The strange thing is that they found the lady opening it for them and her legs were strengthened. So they gave her the holiday gift of food supplies, and she thanked them. When they were about to leave, she grabbed them and insisted that they enter. When they entered, they smelled a pleasant smell, and even saw a bright light in the hut, but they did not know its source. As for the lady, she said to them, "I live with my son in this hut, and I cannot take care of my needs. My son spends most of the time outside the house. I suffer from a feeling of loneliness, because it is rare for anyone to visit us in our simple hut, this far from the village. I have no choice but to pray and ask God for help, so that He may remove my feeling of loneliness and give me some peace and comfort. Today, after my son left, my feelings of loneliness and isolation have increased, because on this day everyone prepares to celebrate the holiday, wears new clothes, meets Christ in church, and rejoices in His birth. As for me, I lie alone in this hut, not feeling the joys of the holiday. So I began to pray and reproach Christ for leaving me in this solitude. In front of me was a picture of the Christ child being held by the Virgin Mary. She looked at Him and reproached Him, saying, "Did you forget the poor, or what?" Then the lady thought that no one from her relatives or the church had visited her, so she continued her reproach to Christ, saying to Him, "The holiday has come upon us, and no one has visited us." While I was looking at Him reproachfully and with tears streaming from my eyes, I found Him leaving the picture. He approached me, wiped my tears, and said to me, "Every year you are well. Come on, my people." I felt joy and awe that I could not express, and at the same time I felt a strength flowing through my being. My weak legs strengthened, and I stood up straight, and behold, Christ had disappeared, leaving in the hut His beautiful light and His fragrant scent. It was not long before I heard your knocking on the door. The priest was comforted, and the servant, and thanks be to God, who encouraged them to visit the last and most important visit on this feast day to receive the blessing of Christ, who Himself came to this humble hut, to become the greatest dwelling in the village, and as He blessed in the past the place where no one expected a human being to be born, which is the manger of the cows, He has now blessed this place. When people distance themselves from you, or when you find many around you, they do not feel you and you suffer from psychological isolation, know that Christ is longing to make you feel His presence with you. He is very close to you, and this is your opportunity to enjoy Him. Ask for Him and put all your complaints and needs before Him. He loves you and longs to hear your prayers, and no matter how long you feel lonely, know that from the first hour He was next to you and did not leave you for a single moment. Urge Him to reveal Himself to you. Your heart will be comforted, and you will enjoy a peace and joy that is inexpressible and unmatched by any comfort or joy in the world. If you like the story, share it so that everyone may know the love of God and subscribe to the channel to learn more.